Tim Allen, the comedy icon who built his career on breaking rules and pushing boundaries, just delivered a powerful shake-up to Hollywood's woke culture. With bold remarks and unapologetic humor, he's ignited a firestorm of debates that's impossible to ignore. His latest moves? Controversial, fearless, and absolutely captivating. Let's dive into the chaos. In this segment, Tim Allen discussed the growing challenges comedians face in today's hypersensitive cultural landscape. The interviewer shared their surprise at not facing backlash for using provocative language, explaining that much of their material comes from personal stories that might be too risky to fully disclose on air. Tim agreed, calling it an alarming thing for comedians and acknowledging that comedy now requires walking a fine line. He added that his stand-up routines largely revolve around family, kids, and growing up, which have been safer topics for him. Still, his commentary hinted at the frustrations comedians experience when forced to tiptoe around humor. He shared an example about the women in his life debating politics and government spending, humorously pointing out the universality of such disagreements. This moment highlighted Tim's talent for making sharp observations with a comedic twist while staying authentic. But is comedy becoming too cautious to thrive?
Surprised they haven't, because I do use some provocative words, but I tell them it's words I really got from my parents. You know, they said this stuff, and we talked about it. I can't even say it here. I can't even point to it. It is an alarming thing for comedians, but my act has really been about family and kids and growing up anyway. But I was going to say, if I do some stuff. The women in my life were, whatever political party it was, always they hated the government and who's going to pay for it. They always argued about that over body.
To begin with, if you've ever spent any time online, you already know Tim Allen isn't the kind of guy to keep his thoughts to himself. I mean, he's the guy who drops a tweet that shakes the internet.
Tim Allen's beloved sitcom, Last Man Standing, was canceled by ABC despite its impressive ratings. This decision left fans scratching their heads, and many believe the show's conservative themes played a role in its abrupt end. The interviewer congratulated Tim on the show's success and expressed disbelief over the cancellation. Tim, with a mix of humor and frustration, responded, "We all thought we were at the top of their game at ABC. Who knows how networks work?" He admitted he couldn't fully understand the decision, but many fans speculated it was driven by political bias. The controversy surrounding the cancellation sparked widespread debates about Hollywood's openness to conservative perspectives. While Last Man Standing eventually found new life on another network, Tim's critique of Hollywood's tendency to shy away from politically incorrect content struck a chord. Could this incident be a turning point for representation of differing views in entertainment?
Let's talk about congrats on this.
No, thanks very much.
I watched it when it was on ABC, and then all of a sudden it wasn't on ABC.
Tell the 300 of the crew and everybody the same thing. We're all going, this is the best show I've ever been on. What? We're off the air. We all thought we were at the top of their game at ABC. Who knows how networks work? I don't know, but it was dry.
People just couldn't handle it.
Tim's role as Santa Claus in the Santa Claus has brought a nostalgic touch to the holiday season, but even this wholesome project wasn't immune to drama. In this lighthearted exchange, the interviewer mentioned Tim's on-set interactions with Peyton Manning, who guest starred on the series. Tim joked about being under 70 pounds of makeup and compared himself to a mischievous kid poking the bear while working alongside Manning. The moment highlighted Tim's playful nature, even in a work environment. However, the narration of the interview noted how projects with seemingly universal appeal still face scrutiny in today's climate. Tim's ability to maintain levity despite external pressures is a testament to his comedic instincts. Yet, the question remains, can even family-friendly entertainers like Tim escape the endless cycle of controversy and critique? Cancel culture has become one of the biggest challenges for comedians, and Tim Allen wasn't shy about sharing his thoughts on it. In this segment, he described how performers are now forced to over-explain their jokes to avoid backlash. Tim said, "This is a thought police thing, and I do not like it." He explained that, while he carefully considers the intent behind his words, audiences often still find fault, demanding he avoid saying certain things altogether. His response: "I'm not going to do that." This defiant stance highlights his commitment to artistic freedom and the importance of intent in comedy. Tim's remarks underscored the frustrations many comedians feel in today's overly scrutinized environment. Can comedy survive if every joke is dissected under the microscope of cancel culture? Tim Allen's bold refusal to self-censor suggests he's determined to keep fighting for the art form.
Peyton's on the show, but I'm dressed as Santa Claus. So he's doing the same look to me. He's going, and I go, no, man, I'm a fan. But I'm under 7 feet of makeup, and I was like a kid.
Poking the bear.
Oh, sorry, Jay, I heard you were in a bad accident.
Yeah, burned all over. 30-degree burns on my hands and my face, everything.
I go, well, what are you doing right now?
I'm holding the phone. It's really painful.
And it's not on painkillers. He said,
and I'm not doing painkillers.
Why not?
Pain is there for a reason.
It was amazing. I grew up on Richard Pryor. You can't even go back and talk about the book he wrote.
Yeah.
You know, and then what I got to do sometimes is explain, which I hate in big arenas, that this is a thought police thing, and I do not like it. But when I use these words, this is my intent behind those words.
Yeah.
So as long as you understand my intent, I still get people, well, just don't say it. And I said, I'm not going to do that.
Yeah, but they take it out of context and put it on Twitter or put it on Facebook.
I'm surprised.
How amazing are the Rockettes?
They're so amazing that it's just so amazing.
I love the toy soldier.
The toy soldiers falling down and the people singing, everything.
When asked if he still enjoys performing stand-up comedy, Tim Allen's answer revealed his deep-rooted passion for the craft. He admitted there's moments that it's more. It reminds me of my anarchist background. This statement offers a fascinating insight into Tim's approach to comedy, which has always been about challenging authority and pushing boundaries. Even as the comedy world evolves and becomes more restrictive, Tim's rebellious spirit remains a driving force in his career. His roots in stand-up reflect a time when humor was about taking risks, a tradition he continues to uphold. In a time when many comedians avoid risky material to avoid backlash, Tim's willingness to push boundaries makes him stand out. But as comedy faces increasing scrutiny, can this rebellious spirit survive in the long run? Or is it becoming a relic of a bygone era?
I wrote a story then. I had an aunt who, she was into cooking sherry, and there was a big pot of turkey gravy.
Let's be honest. That's exactly why he keeps getting under their skin.
Do you still enjoy stand-up, my friend, as much as you did in the early days?
There's moments that it's more. It reminds me of my anarchist background.
In another humorous exchange, the interviewer recounted a story about a teenager at Disneyland who joked about being pansexual because they liked skillets. Tim, in true comedic fashion, couldn't resist riffing on the comment. He quipped, "When I first heard that name, I thought maybe they're attracted to pants or something." That could be a thing. This quick-witted response drew laughter but also sparked predictable controversy online. Critics accused Tim of being insensitive, while fans defended him, praising his ability to bring levity to an otherwise tense cultural climate. The moment was classic Tim Allen, irreverent and unapologetic. While the joke was harmless, it highlighted the stark divide between those who embrace humor and those who take offense. Is society becoming too sensitive to laugh at jokes like these, or do we need more comedians willing to take such risks? Tim Allen's attendance at a presidential inauguration became a hot topic, as he openly discussed the event during the interview. He revealed that he attended the Veterans Ball and met people from both sides of the political aisle. However, it was his scathing critique of Hollywood's intolerance for differing views that stole the spotlight. You get beat up if you don't believe what everybody believes. This is like 30s Germany, he said, drawing a controversial comparison. While some found the comment over the top, it highlighted Tim's frustration with the entertainment industry's lack of ideological diversity. His criticism of Hollywood's echo chamber struck a nerve, sparking debate among viewers. Tim's willingness to speak out, even at the risk of backlash, shows his commitment to free thought. But can Hollywood ever truly embrace diversity if it doesn't include diverse perspectives?
The inauguration was...
I'm not attacking you.
You get this down. I'm not kidding. You got to be real careful around here. You know, you get beat up. If you don't believe what everybody believes, this is like 30s Germany. I don't know what happened.
The interview concluded with a discussion of Tim Allen's recent 44-city comedy tour, a testament to his enduring passion for stand-up. He admitted that comedy today feels different, saying every joke gets dissected and every single word is under a microscope. It's exhausting. Despite these challenges, Tim remains committed to his craft, calling comedy his outlet for expressing himself and connecting with audiences. His resilience in an industry that often stifles creativity is admirable, as he continues to prove that humor can challenge, provoke, and entertain. Tim's ability to adapt without compromising his comedic voice has made him a rare figure in modern comedy. But as the comedy landscape continues to evolve, will Tim's brand of humor stand the test of time, or will it eventually succumb to the pressures of political correctness?
By the way.
Oh, Jay Leno, my boyfriend.
Yeah.
And still, you're still doing it, right?
The 44 cities just finished.
See what I mean by the hardest working?
Tim Allen's fearless stand against woke Hollywood highlights his commitment to free speech, humor, and authenticity. Whether tackling cancel culture, comedy, or political pressures, he refuses to compromise his voice. Love him or hate him, Tim's defiance keeps him relevant in an ever-changing industry. What's your take? Like, share, and subscribe for more.